Hey, family. Hello, 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 and welcome to. Normally, I come on here as Marcella and Friends, but tonight we are on here as My Pages Speaks. I haven't done this in quite some time. This is a place where I bring on authors and they talk about their books, their anthologies, and we just share some amazing things about they're also my super friends, but they are also authors. So I welcome you tonight, and I thank you so much for joining us. And I first want to give a big shout out to all of you who will be watching the replay. Thank you so much for being here. I do realize on the social media space that we get more people watching the replay than the lives themselves. So I'm just grateful that you took time to stop by and join us, whether it's tonight, live, tomorrow, whenever you may see this. I welcome you tonight, and I am so grateful that you are here. And I encourage you to hang out with us tonight. I encourage you to stay for a while so that you can meet the amazing authors that we have coming forward for this month of January. It's going to be an amazing time. I guarantee you, you will hear something that will empower you, inspire you, and motivate you to be your best self. And because it's the new year, we are in expectation for great things to come. I'm not one of the people who say, okay, it's January, got to do New Year's resolutions, but I do believe in the newness of life. So welcome, and thank you all so much for being here. If you are joining us live, we encourage you to share the broadcast. We encourage you to say hello to us in the comments, and we just want you to join us tonight to engage in this amazing conversation with tonight's author. And moving forward, every week we will join you all on a Monday or a Tuesday, because y'all know that's how I roll. We do any given Monday, any given Tuesday. We will come on and we will allow you to meet the authors and to just know some great things about them. And so tonight I have with me one of the co-authors of Soulful Sales, how Vending Empowered Me to Soar, Miss Romy Florence. She will be joining us tonight. So please, I want to encourage you to just hang out with us, because I guarantee you that you will hear something tonight that will inspire you, encourage you, and especially for those of you who have been thinking about writing a book, and you've been fearful and you're not sure what to do. I guarantee you, if you hang out with us tonight and join us for this month of January on My Pages Speak to meet these amazing authors, you will find out something that can ignite you to move forward in your process. And as we speak tonight, if you have any questions, any comments, we encourage you to put them in the comments tonight. So I'm just going to take a moment before I bring my sister up to go ahead and find us on my page so that I can make sure that we're good. And let's see here. And I don't know, Romy, were you able to were you able to find it? Yeah. Okay. So it's not showing up on my page, but I'm sure it'll populate itself there it is. It just, soon as I said it, it's there. All right, so we are here, and I know that you all can see us, and we are live. And I am going to bring Miss Romy Florence to the stage tonight so that we can begin our conversation. Hello, my sister.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm glad to be here. I'm doing just fine.
Awesome. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy that you're here. I know a little bit about your backstory, so I celebrate life with you. I'm so grateful that you're able to join us tonight. Not only tonight, but I'm so grateful that you were able to partake and to be a part in one of the co-authors in this amazing book that we talk about. For this book, we did our virtual launch on December the 18th. And this is a copy of the book, and so many of you went ahead and purchased the book. Some of you have them on pre-order, and we're hoping that pre-order delivery comes soon. But we're so grateful that she is here, one of the co-authors from this amazing book. So, Romy, I want to give you, before we get started, I want to give you an opportunity. During the virtual launch, it was very limited in terms of, we had 10 of us on here. So it's really limited in terms of the things that you can say about yourself or the conversation itself. So we have in the month of January, we have all the co-authors coming on. Some of them, you are the only one, you're solo. Everybody else, it'll be two. So it's giving you an
That-
opportunity to just share more about who you are. And even when it's two of them, we'll still have more time than we did when we had 10, right?
right.
So I want to give you an opportunity before we get started in this conversation to just go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, what you do, and then we'll get started with the interview.
Thank you. My name is Romy Florence. I am a retired law enforcement officer. I worked for the New Jersey State Parole Board. Since retiring 11 years ago, I began to think about what it was that I wanted to do, what my passions were that I hadn't tapped into, and just kind of regroup. So in the midst of packing and unpacking, I found some writings that I had been writing and tucking things away, and I said, let me collect this stuff. I think I can do something with this. uh, in an effort not to write a narrative chapter book, I decided to put all of the poems and the poetry that I collected into a book form. I call it an anthology because I have a book one that has always already been published, entitled Black Swan Speaks, Picking Up the Pieces and Embracing My Treasure. Black Swan Speaks 2 is in process right now. I think we will be looking forward to that sometime this year, later part of this year. But I also wrote a book called A New Dawn, Transforming Loss into Growth. So I explored the things that have happened in my life, and I talk about how we can not allow loss to consume us, and the things that we can do to overcome finding ourselves in a rut, and how we can delve into self-care and just taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself to the point where you don't let yourself get lost. And now we're on to Soulful Sales. Now we're on to Soulful Sales. This collaboration has been really special. I was very um, thankful and grateful for you even extending the invitation to me to join in this project.
Well, I'm so happy to have you. So let's talk about. You talked about being a part of this anthology. We met. Was it about 2 years ago when I did a spring fling? I did a spring,
Yes,
and I had a ton of vendors, and I don't know how you found me, but you became one of the vendors at that event, and that was about 2 years ago.
yes, yes, it was. I I would like to call them feelers. I have people in my circle and they're always looking out and shouting my name out. And someone came across your event and they said, Romy, check this out. I said, I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. So, I am always getting invitations or information about different events that are going on, and I take advantage of it. I take advantage of it.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing. That's a real good thing because that's how you expand your territory. That's how you expand the sisterhood. That's how you expand getting to know and meet different people. If we just stay in our little one corner, then we limit
Hmm.
ourselves in terms of being able to do new things and meet new people. So if you wouldn't have showed up during that time when I had that event, then we
Hmm.
wouldn't be having this conversation today. So
Right.
I am grateful
Hmm.
that you said yes to that vending event.
Hmm.
And and that's some of the things that I do, and I love doing stuff like that because I love connecting people and helping people network and meet other people. So that was a fun day for us. That was
Yeah.
a fun day.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with this interview. I want to just move this over here really quick so that I can ask you some questions and allow you to answer them because what we want the people to get to know you. We want them we don't want to give the whole story away in your book because we
Hmm.
want them to get the book. but
Right.
we want them to know you. And so I have a couple of questions for you. And the first one we're going to start about what inspired you to write your chapter, and what is the key message you hope readers to take away?
The inspiration about vending came from my late grandmother, Evelyn Skank Lovett. Um, and just the ingenuity and the things that she was involved in was very intriguing to me. I stuck to her like glue. There's nothing better than a grandmother that you can just hang around and learn from. And I have found in my adult life that I have adopted a lot of the a lot of her characteristics. They're mine, but I see a lot of me in her when I look back. I see what I'm doing now and I see her. So I took hold of that, and I decided that I was going to tap into the things that I knew that I liked to do. I knew that I had time or more time to develop them, and writing books, vending, mingling, those things have become more relevant and more, I want to say, immediate, if you will, in my life.
Awesome.
Takeaways. You said something about takeaways.
Yeah, it
What
was.
do I want people to know?
What do
I
you
think
want
that,
your readers to take? What do you want
well,
them to walk away with after they read your chapter?
I'd like them to know that if they understand why they want to do something, if they can hone in on what their reason for doing what they like and love to do, they don't need to ask questions. They need to just jump out there and do it. When you have too many hands in the pot, it takes too long for the meal or for it to stir, for it to brew, for it to become complete. You need to stand firm on your beliefs, believe in yourself, and you can prevail. I think you'll do well. I don't like to get too many opinions, because the only opinion matters is yours. And
Right.
when you get a lot of opinions on something, then you start to veer off track, and you're not focused where you were prior to even encountering someone else and what they think. I'm not saying that you don't need to ask people questions, but I did the asking of the questions in my research. So as I researched what I was going to do, that's where I got the
Yeah.
opinions that I personally solicited.
No, and I like that because a lot of times, and so that goes back to people. You talked about knowing your why, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure about yourself, and when you're not clear about what you should be doing, a lot of times our immediate reaction is to go and ask other people. But I think there's a balance with that, because we can ask people to hear what they say, to get another perspective and to get wise counsel. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, you have to know within yourself that you are not, number one, not a people pleaser, and that you're not doing what people want you to do, that you're staying true to the purpose that you have, because that's your purpose. God holds you accountable for your purpose. And
Yes.
like what you say, when you allow so many people to their opinion to weigh in on that, then it pulls you away from what you know that you've been called to do. So that's good.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's you. You can say that because you understand your why.
Yes. Yes.
And so understanding your why is so very important. So I like when you said that. So you kind of tapped on this part, this
Mm-hmm.
question a little bit. So we'll just go into this. How was your personal journey shaped? How has it shaped the insights you shared in this book?
I believe that first of all, being asked to participate in this project was very interesting, and it just was another take on what my focus has been on my previous books. I think it allowed me to enter another area of my life. It allowed me to dig a little bit deeper and share what I felt about the things that I did. My writings in my other books have been about things that have happened to me, experiences that I have gone through, um, my life, my story, my truth. So in this particular book about vending, I just went a little bit deeper. I think I went further back into my childhood and I talked about things that I probably didn't even know how to express then. I was doing things because I was told to do certain things, doing things because I liked to do certain things, but I never actually honed in on what does this mean to me? What am I getting from this? How is this going to impact my life? I didn't know that then. And now I can speak freely, understand with understanding about what it is that I did. What I did makes sense to me. I can put it in words. I can articulate um, my feelings as a child, but as an adult.
Right.
And I can have a conversation about it. I
Yeah.
can have a conversation about it.
Yeah. And that's good because I one of the things that I wanted and one of the things that I said to you all as co-authors when we were putting together this book, I wanted you to talk about what inspired you to be who you are today in terms of having your business because you have a business because you are
Hmm.
author. You are author.
Yes.
You your service is your books or the words that you write.
Hmm.
Or my this what this is called my pages speak, right?
Yes.
So each page that you turn, it speaks to your journey, it speaks to your life. And so that was one thing that I said. Okay, talk about what impacted you. And so when you talk about being able to go back into your childhood and remembering your grandmother and different things like that, those sometimes we forget that those are the things that make us who we are today.
Yes.
And so I enjoyed your chapter when you were talking about that because you really brought your grandmother along with you. And grandmothers are precious to me. By the grace of God, my grandmother will be 98 years old on February 26th.
Awesome.
So I
Hmm.
was truly able to relate to you with that. And so that is really good. That is really good. And so the next question, so we talk about the business side. How was vending or entrepreneurship, how has it impacted your life? And what advice would you give to someone considering this path? And I want to just throw a couple of things out with you when I
Hmm.
ask you that question because I'm going back to you being an author. And some people may not even necessarily think that they are an entrepreneur or they have a business because they have a book. You have a book, and that in that book, you are selling your book, you're vending. So that puts you in a place of business slash entrepreneurship. So I just wanted to add that on to people who may feel like, well, I just wrote a book. And it's no, but writing the book and getting it published puts you into another category.
Yes. I when I retired, I knew that I didn't want to do a lot of work connected to what I what my profession was. I didn't want to
Right.
do a lot of work. But I didn't know that I was going to find myself in this spot. And when I started writing, I said, wow. I mean, it's not about trying to find things to do because I have a lot of things that I can do, but
Right.
it's finding something to do that you love.
Yeah.
And I started writing and I couldn't stop. But I would like to say that I was I'll just say this. I lost my husband back in 2020
Okay.
and I was in school. So my writing came to a halt because I was trying to figure out things. I was trying to figure myself out and what was happening in my life, how what the impact of that was going to be, how I was going to navigate life, children, moving forward. And my writing came to a halt. So one day I decided, as I stated earlier, I was unpacking things, packing things, unpacking, throwing away, and I found all of these writings. And when I looked at it, I said, I can do this. And writing a book is what came to mind. I said, I'm going to just step out there and I'm going to put myself out there. The first book that I wrote, Black Swan Speaks, picking up the pieces and embracing my treasure, is just that. Picking up pieces from where I felt I fell off, what was going on that wasn't right, and embracing the treasure that I found by freeing myself through the writings in this book. My Black Swan Speaks 2 book that's coming out is me actually delving a little bit deeper and understanding how how I allowed, taking accountability for what I did or what I allowed in my life that found me in certain situations as a result of the titles of certain pieces in the book. So I have been doing some soul searching and just digging deep into finding out and identifying who Romy is.
Mm.
And that's not for anyone else, but it was just for myself. Who am I? What is it that I want out of life? Um, why couldn't I back then articulate what it was that I wanted? There's a whole lot goes into being independent. But independence is not really the bottom line. So I just wanted to be able to share something. I wanted it to be something that was permanent, something documented that I could share with my children, with my grandchildren, and I with the world. Because when you see your name in print
Yes.
and you see people gravitating towards your product, it's overwhelming. I did that, you know. We
Mm-hmm.
did this. And it is a very emotional feeling that comes over you. Um, I want people to know that they can share their dream. You don't have to keep it to yourself. I recently posted silent actions, and what does it say? I have to look it up now because I just posted it. I just posted it, and I posted it right before we went online. Silent moves and loud actions.
Mm.
And that's the way I am moving. That's the way I want to continue to move. Silent moves with silent moves and loud actions. So when I come out, I want it to be loud. I want it to be something that people will be proud of. I'm proud of it. So I would like to know that people would be proud of my work as well.
And that's awesome because you just said a lot in answering that question. And one thing that I did not realize, and you may have said this to me previously,
Hmm.
but it didn't stick out to me like it did now, that you're a widower, right? And so basically what you said is that even though, because the question was what advice would you give to someone considering this plan in terms of entrepreneurship and impact and how it impacted your life. So
Right.
you had this dream, you had this vision, you knew what was inside of you, but then life happened. You said
Hmm.
you stopped along the way, but you started back. And so, what I heard you saying in terms of following your dreams and understanding that life will happen. And even if you start, because many of us have that testimony, I'm sorry, even if you stop, many of us have that testimony. You can pick yourself up and you can
Right.
start all over again. And
Hmm.
I love the fact that you really took time to learn Romy. You took time to see yourself. You took time to understand what was going on with you during that time. You could have, in your stopping time, you could have just, you could have given in to everything that's going on. You could have just given in, say, "Oh, it's this," and and people would have understood because if you
Hmm.
a spouse, that's major. Then
Hmm.
you're retiring, different things that are going on, and now you find yourself in this space, in this place, and you stop. But then I believe because you understood your why, you may have not been able to articulate it, like you said, in a certain time, in a certain way, but it was on the inside of you. And because it was on the inside of you, you were able to pick yourself up, understand who you are, learn who you are, and move forward and allow the product, that the gift and the dream that was on the inside of you, to come alive.
To come alive.
That was pretty
Yeah.
amazing. That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, in the vending realm, I mean, if you don't take advantage of it and you don't get out there, you don't meet people.
Right.
And this is one of the reasons why I participated in your event. I couldn't stay in a cocoon and keep myself closed in and here, there, around the corner. I got in my car, I packed my books, and I was on the road.
Yeah.
That year was a I was somewhere every other weekend
Yeah.
meeting people. And so you go places you don't know anybody. So you meet people and see, you find out that about yourself too. If you're not a very social person, you
Right.
find out about yourself. You meet people, and the reception you get from people you don't know, the
Hmm.
reception you get is awesome. You couldn't have a I couldn't have a better day uh to compare to the people that I've met along the way. Just just in meeting them, sharing, people sharing their stories, supporting each other.
Hmm.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. No, that's amazing because if I would say that you allowed vending to be a part of your healing process.
Yes. Yes. And it was, I look forward to it. I'm looking forward to events. I'm like, I had a calendar. I had my calendar out. I'm mapping out where I'm going, who I'm going, and and I take a couple of friends sometimes with me. They attend with me just to go and see. And I'm like, listen, you would really enjoy it. It's not about me. It's about the people. It's about who you share with. It's about the people that you encounter, and you just never know who you're going to see. I've had people come to events that I was at. They happen to live in the area where the events were held. And even at your event, I had people who were not far. They knew I was going to be there and showed up. I had no idea, but it
Yeah,
was such a delight. It was a pleasure. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
that's awesome. And I don't. Randy Smith said, I just saw this. He said, "I'm so proud of you."
Oh, oh, Randy.
Yes. So Randy is here. There are
That's
other
a
people
shout
here
out.
in the comments. And, I'm saying hello to you, Ernestine and Des. Those are the only ones that I see. If
Hmm.
anyone else has I didn't
Wow.
see it.
Isn't that
But
nice?
yeah, so he's definitely here saying he's so proud of you. So that's awesome. And so the next question is, looking ahead. What are your future goals, both personally and professionally, and how do they tie into the theme of this book?
Well, I'm definitely looking for more experiences or more vending opportunities. But in doing so, I have a couple of books that are on deck, if you will. And once I get those published, they will then join my collection of three. I have one that's an ebook, and I plan to convert it to a paperback so that I have some. With me, as opposed to sending people to a particular link to purchase it. Um, where I see myself, well, I do see myself writing more.
Right.
I see myself writing more. I see myself finishing the major book that I have on deck in my life, which is my dissertation and
Okay.
obtaining my doctorate. So
Oh,
I don't have long.
girl, you better
Don't
go
have long.
ahead. I
But
love it.
I
I love
have got
it.
to finish. I've got 6 courses. I've got to write this dissertation and get it
Right.
done. So that major book is
Yeah.
what I have on deck. And if I had to rank them, that would be number one.
Yeah.
That would be number one, even though I know those other two may very well come out before that major book, that major piece is done. I do know that that is what's on deck for me. Um, and I guess once I have that done, I'm going to just play it by ear. I mean, right now I am teaching, but I teach a security certification course.
Okay.
And so I am doing that now, but I do see myself starting a podcast. I'm speaking it into existence today.
Listen,
I
that
see.
that's
I
that
see
that
this on the horizon.
yeah,
Hmm.
and there's so many opportunities that people don't realize that what do have in the book, whether co-author or full blown, there's so many
Hmm.
opportunities that you create for yourself. And so
Yes.
I love I'm learning so much about you having this conversation
Hmm.
tonight. Number one, we're gonna go back. You're a retired law enforcement officer.
Yes.
You teach the security. Is that Sora?
Sora, yes.
So you
Security
teach,
officer
okay, y'all. So
certification.
listen,
Yes.
we learning stuff up here. She teaches the
Okay.
Soar certification. Um, you've written several books and you're doing different things. And you did not, you said, okay, I am retiring. And you didn't retire and go sit in the corner. You retired and you said, okay, now part two or phase
Hmm.
two, or now it's time for me to move forward in my life. So I want to speak to those of you who are, even if you're retired, you're thinking about retiring, understand that retiring is not the end. That's
Oh,
just,
no.
it may
Hmm.
be the closing door for one particular part in your life, but now, and it's another opportunity for you to start something and do even greater things in your life. So I love the fact that you are in movement, Romy. I love the fact
Yes.
that you did not allow your challenges, your obstacles, the things that happened in your life. They say life be life, and you did not stop there. You continued to move forward, and you allowed God to bring out of you the things that are necessary, because the things that you're doing will be a blessing to other people.
Yes. He
And so,
told me to sit
clicking with
still.
yeah,
I sat still. And in that stillness is where Romy rebirthed. She was reborn. She was born again. You
hmm,
know, Romy picked some things out of her life that she felt needed some tweaking, and
yeah,
she needed to focus on. And oh my goodness, I've just been moving ever since.
no.
I said I'm the hardest working retired person I know. I
What a
am.
blessing. That is so
Hmm.
awesome. That is so awesome. So awesome. Hello, I see Myra say hi, Queens. Hi, Myra. Hi, Yolanda. I see
Mm.
you there. So this has been really good. I'm just I'm so admiring your journey, and I love the direction that you're going in, and I love what you represent. You represent resilience. You represent the bounce back. You represent all of that on this journey that you have, and it's pretty amazing. And so the last thing I want to ask you is about empower and a connection. How can readers connect with you and learn more about your chapter, your business, and the other services that you offer?
Well, I can be found. Here we go. Soulful Sales. I could be found at romyflorence.soulfulsalesvendor.com. You can enter that link on your browser, and it will take you right to the page where you will find Soulful Sales. I am also available on Amazon.com. If you punch in Romy Florence, my name will come up and you will see the other works that I have. And you can also reach me by phone, 862-409-2980. That is my business line, and I will answer and handle any questions that you have, and we can chat.
Pretty awesome. So I put the link inside of the comments. So if you want
Hmm.
to get your copy of Soulful Sales, How Vending Empowered Me to Soar from Romy, the link is there in the comments. So I'm so excited about your journey, Romy. I'm excited about the great things that will come from this. And for those of you who are listening, if you're looking for a speaker, if you're looking for an author, you heard her background tonight. You know what she's involved in. You know what she's doing. Listen, I highly recommend her. Now, those of you who follow me, you know how I get down. I only do
Right?
integrity.
Yes.
Okay. And so if she rolling with me, then she has represented that in my relationship with her. So I just want to say congratulations to you and to again thank you for walking and being a part of this journey with me and the
Mhm.
other amazing co-authors that are
Thank
here.
you.
And we had a great time. It's a great product, and I'm
Yeah.
just so grateful. I mean, it's like this thing here. This is
Yes.
right, right,
Yes.
right.
Yes. The ladies, we all did this.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So I just want to again thank you so much for just being on this journey. And we're going to do some even greater things moving forward. But we wanted to give you an opportunity to hear more and talk more to these authors, hear about these authors and learning about them. And so, like I said, I learned some things about Romy tonight that I did not realize. Even if she told them to me in the past, this 61-year-old brain didn't remember. Okay.
Mm.
So Yolanda says she's ordering her copy right now. That's
Oh,
awesome.
nice, nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And
Hmm.
again, Randy says congratulations. And we're just, and people are saying congratulations. So we're excited. And I just know, Romy, that there are greater things in store for you. So again, thank you. I wish you well. You're not going anywhere, but I'm giving you well wishes and because I just believe that some other great opportunities will come from this. And Des,
Yes.
your fellow co-author Desiree Jones is on here.
Hmm.
She's
Hmm.
saying
Hey,
yes.
Des. Yes.
And so I'm just excited for you. So again, thank you tonight. Oh my, you got Latonia, and I may be saying her name wrong. Latanya Dargan. She's saying congratulations to
Ah,
you.
yes,
So you
yes.
can go
Latanya.
back after this.
Okay.
You can go back
Right.
and respond
Hmm.
to them in the comments. So you got some people. You got your people who showed up. They said congratulations to you tonight. So again, if you want to purchase your copy of Soulful Sales from Romy tonight, the link is in the comments, and I encourage you to go ahead, and I know that you will be blessed. So thank you also, Night, for joining us. If you were encouraged by this live at all, I want to encourage you to take a moment to share it if you have not done so already. And we just appreciate you. Oh my God, I don't want to slaughter your name. There's a person's last name is Clark. I don't want to slaughter her first name.
Hmm.
Angelique Clark said congratulations.
Angelique.
Okay. All right.
That's my line sister girl.
Okay. Well, you
Ah, she's in Chicago, Illinois. All right. All right, Angie.
all right, and I'm so sorry for slaughtering
Hmm.
your name, sweetheart. So she's saying congratulations as well. So again, you can come in here and you can go and talk
Hmm.
back to them in the comments
Right. Okay.
once this broadcast is over. So again, thank you so much again tonight for joining us for My Pages Speak. Come back next week. I can't remember if it's a Monday or Tuesday, but next week will probably be on a Monday. So we'll be back here next Monday with two more of our co-authors from this book, Soulful Sales. So put it on your calendar, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meet me back here. I am here on Facebook and on YouTube, where you will get to meet two more of the amazing authors who are a part of this anthology. All right, y'all. So have an amazing night. Be blessed. And don't forget, you know what? Our sister here tonight, she encouraged you. I don't care what you're going through, what you're experiencing in this moment. Take time to be still. Sometimes we got to
Yes.
stop a moment. Take
Yes.
time to be still, rediscover yourself, understand your why, know your purpose, and get back in the game. And get back
Yes.
in the game and do what you've been called to do. So God bless you all tonight. Until we meet again, listen, you know what? I don't even know if I introduced myself, y'all, but I'm Marcella D. Moore, also known as Cella D, the life giver, the reminder, the motivator. And it is my pleasure to walk this life with you. And I just encourage you to come on back and be a part of these amazing conversations that we have, and you will be blessed. All right, y'all. Be blessed. Have an amazing night. Thank you for your
Thank
time,
you.
and thank you for
Mhm.
hanging out with us